Nichole, look at our live shot with the traffic cams. The rain is coming down in some parts.
That's right. The west side of town already seeing showers. We also have a nice lightning show out there. Just how much rain we're expecting tonight and your forecast tomorrow. Details coming up in Storm Track Weather.
Also tonight in our headlines, a former Riverside High School teacher on trial for the death of her baby. Day 2 revealing events that took place at the hospital after baby Janae was found. Also, same courthouse, different courtroom. A young woman charged with capital murder explaining why she hit the victim in the head with a cookie jar. Also, a Las Cruces teenager still fighting to stay alive tonight here in El Paso. Also, new details on his condition and the search tonight for the suspect. And what story has Rupert posting different pictures on our Facebook page? We'll talk about it coming up because we're talking about this story.
They're very proud of saying these garments are made in USA.
Well, talk about bringing 4,000 new jobs to El Paso instead of other countries, not sitting well with some leaders here in the city, and what Rupert is saying about it in the meme he posted on our page. That's coming up. It's all next on ABC 7 and 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC 7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everybody. This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Bob Harp. We'll have your headlines coming up, but first, as we just showed you, Nichole is a very busy lady tonight because you're tracking some storms. The traffic cam showing the roads are a little wet out there.
That's right. It's only going to continue, Bob. Let's take a quick look at Doppler radar, show you some of the activity that's currently taking place. We actually started tracking these storms earlier this afternoon, moving in from Mexico. Currently, they're moving into the west side of town. Looks like the heaviest activity is around Sunland Park, moving into downtown El Paso, but we will get further into the details and how long the rain will stick around coming up in just a bit. Bob?
All right, looking good. Thanks so much, Nichole. We'll stay on top of that rain for you. Now let's go ahead and get to a lot of developing news today. Your headlines right now so you don't miss a thing. All right, we're going to start with the Waukesha Ives trial, now wrapping up its second day. The former business teacher at Riverside High School is charged with injury to a child by omission for leaving her 5-month-old baby inside her SUV while she was at work. A student noticed baby Janae and then called for help. Now, this happened back in May of 2013. Today in court, 2 paramedics testified. One who tried to revive the baby said her skin felt warm to the touch and that her diaper was very soiled. The other paramedic told the court today once Waukesha Ives got to the parking lot where Janae was receiving CPR, it was an emotional and heartbreaking scene with Ives screaming and crying. He also said once at the hospital, Ives said, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." And also today, the defense then told the jury that doctors brought Ives into the room after the incident at Riverside High School, and that is where she saw her baby. She held the baby in her arms very tenderly and lovingly, according to the witness, saying, "I didn't mean for this to happen." Well, the defense reiterated Ms. Ives' mental and physical condition, saying certain medications made her tired and confused that morning. Well, the trial does continue tomorrow morning, and of course, we will be there. Well, the conversation is still getting hits on our Facebook page from last night, with both sides being represented. For example, Nick and Erica saying, "I'm sure she didn't wake up and think, hey, I'm going to forget my baby in the car today. Things happen." And from those not so sympathetic, like Angela, who says, "It was a horrible death. Sit in a hot car and see how long you last. She should be punished." Well, a woman charged with capital murder in another case testifying in her own defense today, and El Paso police arrested Sonia Batista in May of 2014 for allegedly helping 2 other people kill a man over drugs. Those friends are 21-year-old Ricardo Macias and 18-year-old Brianna Garay. Today in court, Batista said that she got scared, picked up a cookie jar, and smashed it over Jose Castañon's head. Batista said that he attacked her with a pair of scissors, and that's why she did it. Prosecutors asked her how many times she hit the man, but Batista replied she didn't know because she was very angry at the time. Police found Jose Castañon inside a home on the 2600 block of Hamilton. Batista, along with Garay and Macias, they were allegedly trying to buy ecstasy pills from Castañon when his death occurred. Tonight, prayers and well wishes for a New Mexico State University freshman, 18-year-old Gabriel Benavides. He is still in critical condition tonight at University Medical Center here in El Paso. He's the teenager who was attacked at a house party on Sunday morning in Doña Ana County. He was punched and kicked in the face. Benavides is now out of a coma, but he is not quite in the clear. His family spoke with our New Mexico mobile newsroom.
There's 2 cuts and it's very traumatic to his brain right now. And for him to get fully recovered, we really don't know right now.
Well, that is his cousin saying Gabriel wanted to be a firefighter and still does, and is always looking to help those in need. And that is why he tried to break up a fight at the party, but instead, she says her cousin was attacked.
When he went and he tried to go help him, one of the guys got him and body slammed him, and when he body slammed him to the floor, Gabriel's on his knees and this guy kicks him in the head.
Well, Doña Ana County Sheriff's deputies are still looking for a suspect who's described by a witness as an African-American man. We're told that suspect was likely involved in a fight over at the Casa Bandera apartments that same night. So if you know anything about either fight, you're asked to call authorities, and there are apparently a lot of people at that house party. So investigators are hopeful that witnesses will come forward. Now, there's a lot of reaction on Gabriel on his Facebook page. Mariah telling him, "Be tough, Gabe. Everything will be okay." James telling him, "We all know you were tough and you can get through this." And one of his friends, Jorge, saying, "You're a fighter." Well, a family fight led to the lockdown of 2 schools in East El Paso this morning. Now, this all started at about 3:30 a.m. on the 11,200 block of Ivanhoe. Police are saying the husband and wife were fighting. Then the husband barricaded himself inside the home with a knife for several hours, sparking a SWAT standoff. That is when our round-the-clock news crew shot this video for you. An officer was able to get 2 teens and 2 younger children out of the house, and eventually the man surrendered. The modified lockdowns over at nearby Pebble Hills Elementary and Indian Ridge Middle School were eventually lifted a little bit later this morning. And we are fact-checking the allegations made during this week's very tense city council meeting. This meeting revolved around ethics issues brought up by City Rep Michael No. During the discussion, though, City Reps Lily Lamone and Carl Robinson implied another city rep had gone over their office budget. You see, city reps get $115,000 a year budget for their office, plus $5,000 a year in discretionary funds. So we checked, and no city rep has actually gone over their $115,000 plus their discretionary funds. And this comment from City Rep Lily Lamone is what got us checking.
How is it possible for a city representative to go into the hole $4,000, $5,000, $20,000 on a given budget year? See, that's a very interesting concept.
Before you say that, you should check make sure that you understand what you're saying and justify. If you can justify it, then bring it up and say, this is what I have. Here it is in black and white. But she didn't have that. She just had allegations.
Now, City Representative Emma Acosta is who you just heard from, and she is projected to use more than her $115,000 office budget, but she has almost $40,000 in discretionary funds rolled over from prior years. So, according to the numbers we found, she is not over budget. Hey, we can hear the thunder here in the studio in West El Paso. ABC-7 and TxDOT with live traffic coverage for you tonight because the roads are slick. Folks, if you're driving anywhere tonight, please be careful. And that is also why we have Storm Tracker Nichole Gomez keeping us all safe. Look at that I-10 and Red Road. The traffic's starting to build up, Nichole. People having to slow down.
Oh yeah, Bob, let's get straight to Doppler radar because we're tracking that heavy rainfall specifically on the west side of town. I'm going to zoom into some of the streets that are also seeing some of the heaviest activity. Notice most of the colors, again, on the west side around Sunland Park. We'll zoom in just a little tighter here. If you live around Edgewood Drive, notice that's where most of the yellows, the oranges are currently taking place. And also, again, that was Edgewood. So we'll travel up north, South Wrestler. A lot of the reds taking place. That's where the heaviest rainfall is. Also around Rimcon Circle. So again, if you live on the west side, you're headed out, just be careful, because as we just saw on the traffic cameras, we're already seeing some of that heavy rain. Now we throw the tracker on here, 920 Coronado Hills. You all could see some rainfall around 952 Sunrise Acres. And if this storm holds together, we could also pick up some rain in northeast El Paso and a little further out in Chaparral. And on our WeatherNet site, sponsored by the Mattress Firm, again, the west side seeing most of the rainfall. Dr. Hornado Middle School, we've already picked up 0.19 inches of rain, but elsewhere notice we're fairly dry. But coming up in your full forecast, I'll let you know just how much rain we are expecting. We'll also take a look at the latest Future Track computer model. That's all coming up again in your full forecast. Bob?
All right, looking good. Thanks so much, Nichole. And you can connect with us every night by using the name See You on the CW, because we want to see you on the CW. Use that name on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's where you can share your pictures and all that good stuff. Okay, well, Nichole, very busy tonight with the weather right now, so I'm going to do some of these social media comments solo right now. Now, remember, we told you last night about a group of Los Angeles businesses who are all looking at possibly moving to El Paso. You might be asking, why El Paso?
We have a lot of options, China or Bangladesh or Mexico or Guatemala. But we're trying to open our factory in here because we want to focus in Made in USA. That's why we come to here.
Well, his name is Dae-Jae Kim, and he owns Tresbien, which is a Korean-American apparel manufacturing company based in L.A. Several economic issues, including a local minimum wage jumping to $15 an hour by 2020 there in L.A., has Kim and others considering a move to El Paso. That very reason, though, has some in El Paso concerned about jobs like these coming to our area. That is because most of those jobs would likely be below the median income level here. El Paso was once home to more than 20,000 apparel manufacturing jobs. But as you might remember, in the mid to late 90s, many of those jobs moved to other countries where labor was cheaper. So we spoke with UTEP economics professor Dr. Tom Fullerton about the situation, and you can see that on our Facebook page right now and at KVIA.com. That is where we have the story posted, so you can watch Dr. Fullerton's explanation and what it could mean for the area. But you're very passionate about this one tonight on the KVIA.com Facebook page. Let's get to some of those comments right now. Here is what Dave is telling us tonight. El Paso needs to drop this better than nothing mentality and instead embrace a we demand better mentality. Freddie, though, saying low paying garment jobs are better than no jobs. Daniel, you want El Paso to flourish? Bring in 1 million minimum wage jobs isn't how to do it. And Pat saying, we should welcome businesses that take care of their employees. If these Korean-American businessmen will give our folks good jobs, then great. Should include medical insurance, too. George, we had low-paying, garment-paying jobs. We basically lost them to Mexico. They now call it maquiladoras. And Linda saying, sure, El Paso needs the jobs, but at least pay them an okay wage, not a minimum wage. And then look at this from Rupert. He shared this saying, Mexicans, not Mexi slaves. Rupert, always making us laugh with your memes. We appreciate that. What do you have to say about this story? Do you have any memes that are clean and appropriate? Share them right now. Hey, well, another story tonight has you hoping that some animals who some call a forgotten pet are not killed. After the break, what the city is doing now to ensure cats here in El Paso are not euthanized by the thousands, and why you're being recruited to help them. And in Storm Track weather, Nichole.
Well, the west side of town already picking up some rainfall, but could we see another round of showers and thunderstorms? I'll have that answer coming up in Storm Track weather after the break.
All right. And also, did you know an El Pasoan might be shimmering in all the lights at this year's Emmys? No joke. Well, at least her jewelry will be. She's working with celebs to make sure they look their best on the red carpet. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Materials that the stars like and not use the things that they dislike.